Good evening, everyone. Nostalgia Goggles 4-3 here. Thank you so much for joining me as we kick off what will hopefully be last week of our season. The NBA Finals continue. Game 2 against the Utah Jazz. Come on. Hope you're all doing well out there in internet land. Had a nice weekend. It was warm where you were. It was warm where I am, so it almost certainly would have been warm where you are. So we will put in our starting lineup, but we'll start with, I don't know why it keeps giving me Jazz first. We'll start with the lineup that was the closest thing to a hero lineup. We actually, nobody really, few of the lineups did poorly, but no one did really great. A lot of like double digits, but at plus 18, this was the best performing lineup last night. Muggsy Bogues, Sean Rutherford, Dale Ellis, Ed Pinkney, just in time for and Sharon Wright. Bogues, Rutherford, Ellis, Pinkney, Wright. All right. Before we get started, 10% of anything I make goes to the foundation of the Southwest. There are times of pure macular degeneration, other such causes of blindness that hopefully one day will be preventable. So please support them. I do. If you'd like to, there's a direct link in my Twitch profile or the YouTube description. My mic is cutting in and out. That's not good. It's only adjusting, and it's very low. I'm almost flipping here, so I'm wondering if it has something to do with my connection. Is that any better? A bit quiet. What's up, Dortmunder? I'm afraid to turn it up any louder. Check, check. How's that? Better, but still low. How's that? That's good. All right. You can live with that. You might have to. I'll drink to that. I poured the sugar into our lemonade pitcher, and then I went to get lemon juice, and we didn't have any. So rather than having sugar water, um, yeah, something distilled. Pour live on the air. Well, the starting lineups are being announced. Last thing's a bit silly. Tell you what, man, the little tulip glasses, that is the way to appreciate a fine bourbon. That's what the internet told me, and I found a set of 5, which is now a set of 4. So I imagine it was at one time a set of 6 or 8. That's why it got donated. Anyway, I paid like 75 cents for them, and it has enhanced my enjoyment. So I'd say it was a worthwhile purchase. Whoa, check out Jeff Hornacek there, right by the replay thing. The ghost of Jeff Hornacek. When you stream, you're going to drink straight from the bottle. Well, when you stream, I look forward to seeing that. Defensive pressure high. This is the finals. How are you two doing? All right. Not too shabby. That's good. Rocking and rolling. Excellent. Two. Oh, no. It is a good sign, however, that as soon as I unpaused, Jeff Hornacek stopped guarding me, left me wide open. The ghost of Jeff Hornacek, I should say. Pink. Come on, buddy. There you go, Spitz the greatest. There's your guy. Malone with the putback. So I don't know, we're shooting well and they are not, but we're also getting a lot of whistles. But so are they. I guess maybe the refs are just calling a tight game tonight. There you go. I will not complain about an 8-2 start to the quarter. Looks like maybe my internet woes are clearing themselves up. Ellis gets the uncontested offensive rebound. I'd say the Jazz are jet lagged, but we were in their house for game one, too. Yeah, if you missed game one, Dortmunder, they, due to the tragic loss of the data from earlier in the season, they did not give us our home court advantage for finals, but that just means we get to take our ring home on our home court. So, you know, silver linings. Oof. Yeah, agreed. That was working well. 6-0 run for the Jazz. But I might come back to that one. See how it goes. Next, Eric Murdoch, Hubert Davis, Ellis can stay, Popeye Jones, and Rick. There is going to be a party in Toronto, man. Jurassic Park. Going to be the place to be. Not a lot of defense happening. These Jazz just demonstrating why they're one of the all-time great teams, but no, so are we. Yeah, Stockton shooting from Provo. Murdoch with the stuff. Ellis wide open. There we go. I like how shooting 60-some% qualifies as cold as hell compared to the season we've been having. Somebody get a rebound, other than Karl Malone. Where they're killing us right now is on the second chance. Yeah, 7 for 13. So it's you know, still better than 50%, which is actually about where we are on the team. I think it's just that usually the hot and cold streaks are more pronounced. It's not like every other one like it's been right now. Oof. Get that. Yes. Right, you can take that, right? Can you? Ugh. Ellis picks his pocket from way out. There you go, Jones. Throw that down. Oof. The fadeaway out of bounds is the shot. You're right. I found it. This many games into the season, we finally figured out where Dale Ellis' sweet spot is. Fast break. Hubert Davis. Nice. That's a good timeout for them. Look at him yelling there on the bench, Jerry Sloan. With the tie. No jacket, though. Seems a little out of place for 1996. Ellis improves to 9 for 15 behind the arc, demonstrating why he was the league MVP this year. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 points per game. John Stockton uncharacteristically just dribbles out of bounds. Then we uncharacteristically do that. NBA Finals, folks, doesn't get any better than this. The best players in the world. Take that in. It's hoping for a layup, but take a nice short jumper too. Got a hand on it. Russell kicks down the Hornacek. Who's that? Antoine Carr? Just like the real thing. That's right. Oof. Ugly. All right. You guys did well, but that's enough of that. We'll leave Murdoch. Put in Respert. Ellis can stay. Jones can stay. Wright can stay. Is that the only difference? Yeah. Sure enough. All right. We shall see. We need to work on our hustle. We've been knocking them away a lot, but they've either been going out of bounds, and we're not getting the rebounds. There you go, Respert. 3. Nice. Sean Respert, 100% behind the arc this game. That absolutely was a 3. Didn't you see it? Our points went up by 3. It said 3 points. What are you talking about? That's not a 3. Whose side are you on, anyway? Spit's the greatest. Closet Jazz fan. He loves the short shorts. Look at John Stockton there. That was a goaltend. The refs broke their whistles earlier. Nope. Whoa, it comes out. Closet to me. Revelation bombshell. Spit's the greatest. His creative player in NBA 2K14 was drafted by the Jazz. Now we know where his allegiances lie. All this time. I thought you were on my side. But you were just waiting for this moment to root against me. Watching the replay, it was 3. Thank you. Takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. Had a patron's challenge there. I'll tell you what, if we only win by 1, I'll put an asterisk on it. I can even throw the overtime for you. Makes you feel better. 20. That's a little better. These guys haven't given me a reason to take them out, so we'll let them stay. Game 4 needs to go to OT. If I thought I could control that, I'd be inclined to try it. Okay, remember I said these guys haven't given me a reason to take them out? The championship could be on Wednesday. Probably will be on Wednesday. So Bogues, Rustbert. Let Murray take bits of minutes. Pinkney. And Wright, unfortunately, does not get a break. But yes, barring some horrific miscalculation on my part, the championship will be on Wednesday. Malone backing him down with that sweet touch. There we go. Oh, it's a nice bounce. Shooter's bounce there. John Stockton, Hall of Famer, all-time great. Spectacular competitor on both ends of the court. I think still the all-time record for most consecutive games played probably will never be broken. In this era of load management, I almost said social distancing, but that's the other thing. I suppose you can't hit Karl Malone or you'll get a whistle. Come back, fellas. Pinkney and Antonio Davis. Let Sharon sit down. So I've been calling him Sharon Wright all this time because that was the way I read the phonetic pronunciation on Basketball Reference. But I was playing NBA Hang Time, which was from the '97 season, with my daughter the other day, and they were calling him Sharon, which is what I would have guessed based on the way it's spelled. So I might have been wrong all this time. Ed Pinkney, everybody. Muggsy. The steal and the jumper. No. Cannot get it to fall. Pinkney with the steal, though. Muggsy? Muggsy. It's a fast break, buddy. All right. Nope. That was not our lineup. So, Stoudemire, Davis, Ellis, Jones, and Davis can step. Stoudemire had a great game last night. His first really great game of the playoffs. Just take your time. It's all right. Don't go to the wide open hoop. Just stop, set your feet, fundamentals, take the jumper, brick it all day. It's all right. So this lineup, neither team can score. So that's something, I guess. At least the lead's not eroding. There it is. Had to make one eventually. Everyone is cold. It's like we all just went skiing in Park City or something. There you go, Davis. Excellent. It's the kind of energy we need. Even though that was about the slowest fast break we've seen all season. Either that or I was having frame rate difficulties. Karl Malone's freaking out under the basket. Oof. I was just thinking maybe I should have substituted, and that cemented it. That lineup won't return. Stoudemire, Davis, Murray, Jones, and Wright. There we go. This lineup looks promising so far. Stripped by Damon. Nice shot. Rookie's had a rough playoffs, but he is the NBA Rookie of the Year, just like real life. It's like the Jazz are hungover. They probably know they have no chance. The series is purely exhibition for them. They have the honor of losing in 4 games to Toronto. Indeed, the expansion team. Our field goal percentage took a nosedive. But you wouldn't know it from the way Murray's shooting. Lights out. So since they have no chance, they're just partying every night. There you go. That's one theory. You know, it's 1996. You could still party. You know? Party 90s style with 11 people, 5 feet apart. He has made like 4 in a row. I'll give him 1. It's kind of off balance anyway. These second chance points. We need to put a lid on those if we want to win by 80. Oh, John Stockton. Went out of nowhere. So let me ask you guys something. If you were going to collect, not necessarily to play, or maybe to play, I don't know, either way. But if you were to have a video game collection focused on just one category, like one series, one genre, one platform, like a cohesive theme for your video game collection, what would you pick? And why? That didn't look good. But put some kind of funky spin on it. 3-point shot equivalent of a curveball. Your theme would be games you like because you like to play games you like. Well, okay. Definitely in the spirit of the question. It is sort of a different mentality, thinking as a collector instead of as a player. Just something that's been running through my head recently. I was curious. In. Ellis, player of the half, 43 points, 4 rebounds. John Stockton almost at 20 already. Rough field goal percentage quarter for us. In what year did the Utah Jazz move from New Orleans? Wow. It's a game flash trivia synergy. I like it. You know what I like even more is, or who I like even more is my patrons. Tim Troy, humanitarian and philanthropist. Spits the grade even if he is a Jazz fan. And Dr. Ambassador Dortmunder, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for being here for me. I appreciate it. And 10% of that you gave me is going to the Retina Foundation of the Southwest. I mean, a little bit Foundation too. They're also a good cause. Support them too. But right now, we're talking about the Retina Foundation of the Southwest, trying to cure blindness in the very old and very young, envisioning a world without goggles. Please support them. Utah Jazz moved from New Orleans. I think it was in the 70s. I'm gonna say 74. This lineup was good. I think we've gotten enough good lineups. I'm going to go back to the first one that was really successful, now that everybody's rested, which was Murdoch, Davis, Ellis, Jones, and Wright. I guess Wright's not 100%, pretty much. Getting back to the answers. So Spitz the greatest, less snarky answer would be 5th generation RPGs. And Dortmunder is copping out. It says Mario, because you get platformers, arcade, sports, carts, RPGs. Fair enough. Ah! I was wrong. Help us, Sean Rusford. Yeah, that was the lineup that got us up 20 in the first quarter, too. Top of the key. That's better. So I don't know what I would pick in terms of if I was going to collect. That was kind of the thought experiment. Wait. Didn't he just like jump and land and then jump again? Isn't that something you're not allowed to do in basketball? Yeah, whatever. So I was trying to think if I was going to have a collection as opposed to, I mean, if I'm playing, it's going to be like Spitz the greatest snarky answer. My collection is, my theme is games I like because I like to play games I like. That's pretty much what I've done. Wow. Jazz outside shooting, taking 7. Real bold. But if I was going to collect, it would probably be, like to have a collection, it would be something more esoteric. Like basketball games would obviously be something that came to mind. The other 2 thoughts I had were possibly Game Boy. So like, wow, that was quite the pass. All to just get stuffed at the other end. So I think the Game Boy library is really interesting. Get it out of there. And the other one would be DDR. Probably not like arcade machines, but like home DDR stuff. I think would be a fun thing to collect. You get those Burger King toys. Spitzgrace, if you had to have a collection, you'd want the complete Dreamcast. Why Dreamcast? Why not Saturn? Spitzgrace, all kinds of bombshells coming out tonight. He's a Saturn fan, but the library isn't that good. Especially the North American library. Well, fair enough. We have now out-rebounded the Jazz. So far. Give them time. Like, you want me to get one and you weren't joking because it would give you someone to finally talk to about it. But realistically, it isn't the best purchase. Slam served me well. I think it might be time to rest him. Let him take a little break. Yeah. We'll go back to Stoudemire, Davis, Murray, Jones, and Wright. Suppose I might have to try another lineup at some point just because Popeye Jones and Wright are in every single one of the lineups that's performed well so far. I do not want them to get hurt. We haven't actually had any injuries so far that have lasted for longer than a quarter, and I'd like to keep it that way. Yeah, for you, Spitz the Greatest, I was digging into the Saturn library a little bit just to see if there was a killer app for me. And I really, if there is one, I haven't found it yet. The closest was probably Guardian Heroes. That's something that looks like a thing I would play, but I'm not sure I'm interested enough in it to invest in an entire console setup. Like 10-player Bomberman would be cool, but how often am I realistically going to have 10 people to play Bomberman? Same thing with 10-player basketball games, especially because they're inferior basketball games otherwise. So if I didn't have 10 people, I wouldn't be playing them. Saturn is incredibly esoteric. Yeah. Now, again, the one time that I did give serious thought to getting a Saturn was I went through a phase for a while when I was really into scrolling shooters, and the scrolling shooter library is second to none, for sure. But I just don't find those, at this point in my life, I don't find them as appealing as I used to. I find myself drawn less to games that require memorization and more to games that reward improv or discovery, that have more randomness to them. Spitz the Greatest never understood scrolling shooters. Well, it's to understand. You're scrolling and you shoot. Sure. Davis, way downtown. Oh, I was trying to take the shot. I didn't realize I didn't have the pass. Look at him go flying here. I shoved him like 10 feet. That's the problem with having shoot and hand checked on the same button. Second chance points. They're killing us. We'd be up by 70 if it wasn't for the second chance points. As for why the Dreamcast, you think its library is both very solid and small enough to realistically collect. Alright. So you're not doing like Fantasyland collection. This is like if you actually, with your current means, were to collect. Alright, Jones, take it in. No? Nope. Your fantasies have to be attainable. Yeah, I'd actually given similar thoughts to the N64 or the GameCube for things like that for similar reasons, because their libraries are small, relatively. Any guesses? So it's a good idea, Jazz fan. You should know this. 1979. 1984. Oh, you weren't far off. That's what I was going to do. Quick triple double check. I doubt anyone's close. If anyone is close, I want to know about it. So, offensive rebounds, a couple of fours up there. So, 7 rebounds for Popeye Jones. Not enough blocks. Not enough steals. Not gonna happen. There's the story of the game right there. Ha. 22-5 on turnovers. Hornacek gets all the way under the basket, goes all the way back out to brick a 20-footer. 90s, man. Three. Tracy Murray's having a really good night tonight. Oh. There it is. 43 pointers on the evening. Ah! was almost a problem. Stoudemire, great steal. Best for you, Spit's the greatest. Patron at our buy a bucket tier. Thank you for your support. Which actually was a good point. Well, they should put Muggsy back in. Hate to mess with a good thing. Murray just made like 6 3-pointers in a row. So he can stay. Pinckney. And Oliver Miller. We'll give him some minutes. So Bogues, Rustford, Murray, Pinckney, Miller. Hopefully the Jazz will have continued to have just given up. Let Muggsy get a couple good layups. There you go, Muggs. Take that in. Nope. Nope. Not gonna do anything with the pick. Let's take it in, Muggsy. Ah! Alright. Close enough. That's an assist. That one goes to Tim Troy, humanitarian and philanthropist. Thank you for your support. Patron at our buy a bucket tier. Here, come on, Muggsy. Let's get this in. Back on the side of the court, buddy. I'm sorry, Dortmunder. I can't do it. Not if he's going to dribble backcourt twice in a row. Go back to the old lineup up to the Magic Spot one. This Murray, Jones, and Wright. Dominant win. Well, it's not over yet. Jazz have 4 minutes yet. 4 minutes left to make something happen. The Slam's picking up right where they left off, so that's good. Nearly doubling their score. Davis with the great pickoff. From too far outside. Right with the steal. And then the terrible pump fake. Mailman. Back and forth game. Did I just bounce off him? What's happening? Oh. Tracy Murray, 23 3-pointers on the evening. He's having a good night. Hope you're all having a good night as well. Right with the steal. Take that in. Some 90s ISO ball. There we go. Woo. That was pretty. That basket purchased for us by Dr. Ambassador Dortmunder, patron at our buy a bucket tier. I know you prefer him to come from Muggsy, but tonight's not his night. Hopefully tonight's your night. Nope. picks up the foul. How much time's left? As we do one more line change, we'll give the earlier lineup a chance to redeem themselves. A good first quarter drop. Yeah, let these guys rest a little. Bardock, Respert. Not Respert. No, yeah, Respert. We should look. Bardock, Respert, Ellis. Respert, Ellis, and sorry, Jones and Wright. Could have stayed in. Thank you, Dortmunder. Dortmunder, last week I think you were talking about that you were investing some in your own. Tell me more about that. How's that coming along? Not in position for that rebound. Yes. Stockton, a phenomenal game in the losing effort for the Jazz. He's got like a third of their points, maybe more. I didn't hear the question. What you were talking about your streaming setup last week, I think. You were getting some stuff, getting ready to do some streaming. I was wondering how that was going. Prosper hits one. Looks like we get our 80-point win after all. Everything is all set up now. Just got to get down and actually do it. Respert. Eve. Oh. Closer than some of our regular shots. We got player of the game, Dale Ellis. Scored more points, and I don't think he did anything else besides score more points in the second half. When he gets 78, he doesn't have to. Did end up getting out rebounded, but we him rallying back on blocks and just absolutely dominated on steals. Ellis at 78, Murray at 73. A great game, both of them. Murray, however, shot a much better percentage, must be said. Although 52% from three is nothing to sneeze at. Especially not these days. If you sneezed at it, people would just be freaking out. Good game, thank you. Murdoch leads us with 4 blocks. Stoudemire 5 steals, but Sharon Ray had 6. Go figure. And over here, John Stockton 34 of their 90 points. So yeah, about a third. Malone with 18, so quieter than last night, but stronger performance than he put in during the regular season. Hornacek pretty cold. Malone bricks the only 2 free throws they had. Exactly. Big win. Now we go home to close it out. Yeah, we're just setting the tone. Head back to Toronto. The next game's the critical one for Utah. They need to win bad. We are not going to give it to them. So breakdown by quarter. First quarter. Yeah, I guess second quarter we were down to 41%, so that is a little low. An incredible 68% in the fourth quarter. Check Ellis's breakdown too. Oh, yeah, I guess you were right. Ellis was shooting worse than I realized in the second quarter. Weird. Muggsy. One of those would have been yours, Dortmunder. Oh well. It's interesting how incredibly close those two long shots that Davis took. Neither of those were heaves. Those were both actual shots. And Murray, let's see if he had a... I know he had a good second quarter. It was just Ellis who was off. And then, yeah, I thought he was doing well in the fourth. 92% in the fourth quarter. You did tell me. But look at that. That might be the best quarter that we've ever had. 10 3-pointers. 92% by any one player. Big night for Tristan Murray. We'll save. Check out the leaderboard quick. Whereas now Murray is almost 40 points per game average. Ellis a little lighter for the playoffs. As per game won't be us. Whereas field goal percentage, a stat we're going to dominate. Let's see Muggsy on there, though not from last night. He's only made 11. He's only made 7 shots. That doesn't seem right. Didn't he score 100? Something is wrong with these stats, man. Like Davis, I believe, but Muggsy? I don't think that's right. Murray. 3-point percentage, Sean Respert still number 1. Offensive rebounds, Jones and Davis climbing the list as everyone else stops playing games. And blocks, Eric Murdoch number 2 for block shots. Muggsy Bogues still hanging in there. Something is wrong with Muggsy's stat. That's not right. Deals going up. Murdoch and Respert on board for assists. We'll save one more time. Always save twice. And that is that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nostalgia Goggles for 3. I hope you have a great night. I hope you come back tomorrow as we go back to our home court. Raptors Jazz, Game 3.